So actually, this will go right back to you, Anthony. How many new characters will be available this time? This is from Pirek, Pierreeq. Does that sound like Pirek? These guys agree. So how many new characters will be available this time? 4 like in the previous game or more? 4. Nice. All right, let's go do more. From Campino, what are some of the most requested changes or features of the community for the first game that have made it into the sequel? I could probably answer this one. Sure. So let's think. Split screen. You want to play that online, right? Yes, you can now do that. Things like, say, oh, you want to actually trade items in a reasonable way. Yes, we're now helping to make that happen in the game. What do you think? Also, UI, that's been actually nearly entirely reworked. Works better in split screen. So you remember the split screen when you were playing and you go to your skill tree, you had to pan it around with your stick there, and it got kind of a little bit difficult. So we've worked really hard to make that work better. Actually, you don't have to deal with that kind of stuff anymore. This split screen UI now actually has nice columns that fit cleanly within that system so that you have a much easier use of how that happens. Oh, yes, another one. So eligibility issues. So oftentimes, say, for example, Scott and Anthony here, they're playing together, right? And they're playing like 5-10 hours. And then Scott, he has to run off to his bar mitzvah or his parole hearing, whatever he's got going on. I'm assuming join his bar mitzvah. All right, so they're the same thing, his bar mitzvah / parole hearing. And so he runs off, and then Anthony plays ahead a little bit further. Now Scott comes back, having been adjudicated. Is that what they call it?
He's a man, and he is not in prison.
He's a man, he's not in prison. So having made it through that, he comes back, and Anthony is now a little way ahead on his quest tree, or his quest line. Now, that could get frustrating for people. It's like, man, now it says, not eligible for this quest. So what we've done there is we worked really hard at making those now seam back together so you can actually get back in line with your friend there so you can actually continue on the same quest line with him. A lot of work has gone into the questing system to make that kind of thing happen. Does that sound about right? What else? Any other suggestions?
Environments.
Well, diversity in environments, things like that. We tell you what, when you guys put out those things like Most Wanted in Borderlands 2, we all read that stuff. And honestly, a lot of that stuff is in there. So all those little nitpicks, yes, all that stuff. We worked really, really hard on a lot of those things to make sure that everybody felt like this is a true sequel. And we worked our butts off to make sure it happens. All right, what else? All right, from Twitter, we got Rice Zero. Will Borderlands 2 now? No. Well, I guess so. Will Borderlands 2 be longer / shorter and still be as replayable as the first? Oh, Anthony.
We are totally planning to do another second playthrough thing, the sort of New Game Plus. In terms of length, that's something we'll sort of suss out as we get more certain about how long the quests are and how long we want them to feel and what the pacing is going to be. But you're definitely going to have your New Game Plus. This is definitely still a game for people who want to raid bosses to get awesome stuff, and it's hopefully one of those games you're going to want to play a lot. And then when you finish, you want to start a new class and try new skills and all that kind of stuff.
All right. Yeah, actually, if you guys remember Cromrax from General Knox, that was kind of like the first toe in the water of trying to look at that stuff. So I imagine those guys talked a lot more about trying to do things like that more. Right? Yep. Let's see. Average Zone. Does that sound about right? Yes, we're going to call that Average Zone. Will we see a wider range of different environments in Borderlands 2? Could Scott answer in a Bill Cosby voice?
You'll see, in Borderlands, there's gonna be the Arctic tundra, there's gonna be the grasslands, Theo, there's gonna be classic desert environments, Rudy. We're planning much more. We can't reveal it all right now. Stay tuned.
Oh my God. Yes. Way to go. Woo! All right. No, this one's not actually. All right, from the Gearbox forums, from Lawn Gnome. How will the Bandit manufactured guns be different from other manufacturers? What do you guys think? Yeah. Here, we'll give it to Anthony again.
Yeah, I'll follow that amazing shit. by being boring. The thing with the bandit manufacturer is they actually put S&S Munitions out of business because they realized that the appeal of the S&S Munitions manufacturer was that they just have a lot of bullets. And bandits are like, more bullets, we can do that. They don't really know shit about actual engineering and cleverness, but they know they can take guns and put them together and put more bullets together. So their perk is essentially that they have far larger magazine capacities than any of the other manufacturers, so you can spray and pray with them a little bit more confidently. Theo!
Huge Cosby fans. All right. So yes, yeah, and sweater fans.
I forgot the sweaters. So.
All right. Sorry about that. Let's see. Oh God, we answered this actually, but here we'll give Carnabomb a shout out. How has split screen menu navigation been improved for Borderlands 2? It's been improved. It's been improved. Thank you. All right. From the Twitter feeds, what do we got here? We have Emela Love, Mela Malove. Excuse me. Yes. How will the missions and story meld together in Borderlands 2? Will missions help flush out the story more than the first? Well, I'll do the first part and then. So we did actually a couple things and on this. We really wanted the story to be connected to the world more. So two things happened. First, we actually locked up the writer here with the lead designer of Borderlands 2. We put them together in the same room, and they're actually working together for the duration of Borderlands 2. So you now have a story connected to the world, connected to the design. The second thing we had to do was we actually had to do new technology to make this more flexible and more feasible. So what we did is, for example, in the demo that you guys will hopefully come see, you're going to see that we now have things like, say, moving quest items. You're going to have things where quests can now change, and you go from point to point to point. And instead of a few less of the situation where you just do like, hey, I'm going to fetch this and bring it back to my happy robot. So what we did there was like put them together in a room, give them new technology, and we really want them to go at it. And a lot of the environments and everything else, it's all directed by the story this time around. We want the story to be a big part of it. On the other side, though, and this will hurt Anthony's feelings, you can still just hit buttons and skip story. Sorry. So all right, now he's going to counter that.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, no, it's actually not a matter of skipping story. The thing about it that's kind of cool, were we not supposed to curse? I don't know. Okay. What was cool about the first Borderlands story was that it never forced itself onto you. Oh God, what a bad phrase. It never grabbed you by the neck and said, watch this 20-minute cutscene or anything like that. And we want to keep that for Borderlands 2. You basically can still just enjoy the game as a looter shooter. Stop it! As a looter shooter if you want to. But the story is now just going to be much more central to the experience, to the point where you're always going to know what you're doing and why. And the mission objectives themselves will feel like they're directly connected with the story and what we want you to be feeling at the moment. But again, we're not suddenly going into 20-minute cutscene territory, because that's just not at all what we're interested in making.
Are there invisible pony rides in Borderlands 2?
No.
There are no invisible pony rides. Sorry. I can't believe you jackasses did that.
You asked.
All right. Next question we have is from Crude Chris. Seeing the Gearbox Gunzerker is capable of welding any weapon, does that mean wielding? He can also. Is he a welder?
No, he's not a welder.
He's not a welder.
He's not a welder. He's not Brick's brother.
He's not Brick's brother. Does he like peanut butter? Yeah, all right. All right. So seeing as the Gunzerker is capable of both welding and wielding any weapon, does that mean that not all guns can be used by all classes? No. Did you see the invisible pony ride? No. Oh. Oh, jeez. That's probably for the best.
That's why we still get the key part.
All right, from Video Games Nerd. Will there be changes by the control of vehicles in Borderlands 2? Verbatim, that's the question. Will there?
Yeah, we definitely looked at the vehicles. They control better right off the bat. I mean, the Bandit Technical 4-player vehicle, we knew that was sort of an issue with the runner only supporting 2, so somebody was either hoofing it or needing to find another vehicle. But yeah, I mean, there's power sliding, and the controls are much more expanded on. The physics and
he's got something.
Oh no, sorry. You touched on with the physics. They have independent suspension now. They just feel much better. They sound even better when you listen to them on your Rocket Kulo headphones. They're really, really cool. I think you'll enjoy them.
What's he asking? Sure, please. Yeah,
I think I know what he's asking. You know, with Borderlands 1, we did kind of Halo-style controls where you point the camera and the car goes, Yeah, and I'm not done yet, but write us email, like bitch at us nonstop saying support both. Put an option in the menus. Because really, that's what we should do. It's a lot of work, and I'm gonna Jimmy and Steve and those guys are gonna hate me. But you know, if we really are awesome, we'll figure out how to support both control styles. That's what we want, right? As gamers, don't we want to like? Some of us like the Halo style, which is what we got. Some of us want straight controls, where you turn left and the thing turns left, right? Yeah, you sound like you have to program it. I've just condemned the engineers and the UI guys. Ultimately, they're going to be like, Randy, you got to hire some more UI guys. If anybody is awesome at UI and those scale form, email us because we might have a job for you, and you could do the controls for the vehicles. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why am I even here?
I don't know.
You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
You sure?
No.
You didn't see the Invisible Ponies. That's why you said
I know, right? All right, here.
Here. Or the Cosby imitations either.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay. All right.
Who's that guy?
Freaking trolling our show. All right, so Scott Abatis. So is Salvador a dwarf? Scott Abatis must know. Scott.
Yes. We looked at it. We know people love dwarf characters. We wanted a guy that was big and massive, but we didn't. We already have Brick, and we didn't want the same silhouette. So he's much more built for the fan of a shorter character, dwarf. I mean, it's kind of a yes.
Okay. Well, actually, we are down to one last question. So I ordinance. Can the big guy who dual wields? No. We don't have that question anymore.
No, it's not.
Oh, we already answered that.
Yeah.
Was that it? I think that. Yeah, we've been through all the questions. Do you guys want to do a live demonstration of what the demo will be when you guys come to PAX?
An invisible horse?
No.
Not your monkey.
Yes. Okay. So what you'll see is the dual wielding guy.
I'm Randy's monkey.
So you'll see the dual wielding guy, and you'll be bang, 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 bang. And when you go to see robots, you'll be going like this. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh no!
I'm healing you.
Whoa! Please come see our demo. We got a GamesCom for a couple more days, or come to see us at PAX. Thank you for watching.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I
We're all sorry.
apologize to everyone.
We wasted your life.